Fall Obsessed Outdoors is driven by Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Well, we're going through Abilene right now, on our way down to San Angelo to hunt with Chris and Infinity Outfitters. This is our first ever Fall Obsession staff hunt. So we got a bunch of staffers, a few guests. Pretty excited. Got a lot of cool opportunities coming up this week. A lot of footage and a lot of hunting. So everything we've heard so far is saying that there's going to be a lot of deer out there. Chris says he needs a bunch taken off, so we're hoping for a good trip. So myself, my dad, and field staffer Nick Powell are all loaded up here in the old Chevrolet and making our way down there. We got about an hour left and we'll be there, so y'all stay tuned.
I ain't gonna tell no lies, I ain't gonna apologize. You can see just where I stand, you know exactly who I am. Taking everything I want, don't believe me then just watch. Standing like the earth is mine, moving like I own this time. Can't stop me now, can't stop me now, can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do, won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now, ain't backing down. Can't stop me now, I'm just doing what I do, won't stop doing what I do.
So we're completely flipping the script now. We were in Montana last week for our episode, and this week we are in San Angelo, Texas. Completely different, hunting whitetails on our very first ever Fall Obsession staff hunt. So this was a really cool opportunity. We've never had an opportunity other than just the occasional somebody's in town, let's meet up for lunch, to hunt together, to share a deer camp together. And a huge shout out to Chris Pennell from Infinity Outfitters for working with us to set up a management hunt on a private ranch that we could put together a hunt to bring all of our guys together. We were super fortunate to have a total of 10 or 11 guys in camp, counting ourselves and a couple guests. So it was really cool to finally actually get to put faces with names and to talk with guys one-on-one in person versus just over the phone, email, or online content. So that was a really cool experience.
What do you think? First West, our first Texas deer down. It was an amazing experience. I can't believe this is a ball. This is great. Hopefully get first of many. Yeah, this is awesome. First morning, half an hour in. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So the first morning, it was cold and it was raining. That first morning was the only day that we were supposed to have any kind of rain. So it was kind of one of those deals where we just had to decide, do some guys want to tough it out or do some guys want to hang back at camp. I spent the morning before light running everybody around to stands, and then I decided to hang back at camp with business manager Nick Latham. And we're sitting out there on the front porch drinking coffee that morning, and I get a text from Drew, and he's like, "Are there exotics on this ranch?" And I said, I don't know, I really don't. And he sends me a picture of a zebra. He literally has a zebra in front of him in his ground blind. This segment of Fall Obsessed Outdoors is brought to you by Slick Trick Broadheads. So right out of the gate, despite the rain, deer were hitting the ground the first morning. One story that's really cool and that I really liked about that hunt was that morning we had taken a couple guys out and literally thrown a ground blind up in the dark, in the rain that morning, and they sat in that blind and saw deer. So we're kind of wondering if it's in the best spot. They liked it, but they were wondering if there might be a spot that has more of an advantage. So we go back out there that afternoon to try and move that blind. Well, we didn't really get the blind moved, but an hour and a half later we were back at camp with 3 more deer on the ground.
Got right in the chest. They blew it right out the back.
First day hunting here in Texas, we got 2 does down on the way to move a blind. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a pretty good trip from here. It can't get no worse, that's for sure. My first Texas whitetail, and I am stoked.
We're not keeping track, we're just killing what we can.
Oh, well, I don't think we're gonna have a problem filling our tags.
Hey guys, True Tordic with Fall Obsession. We are here in West Texas, Central West Texas, with Infinity Outfitters. This afternoon we're set up here on a little feeder plot they have, and it's pretty good deer numbers going through here, some pretty nice bucks. So we're hoping to see something. Got about an hour till sunset. I'm hunting by myself this afternoon. Andy shot a nice doe this morning with his bow. Those other guys are stacking deer up. I think we had 4 or 5 hanging when I left camp. So it's been pretty awesome. Hopefully we get onto them. I think Sam and I are the only 2 who haven't shot deer yet. But I think that's going to change. Sam's in a really good spot, and I'm over here in a pretty good spot too. So I think we're going to put a few more deer down tonight. Well, we're set up here in a ground blind for the first evening. The feeder's a whopping, it's probably less than 20 yards away. Doing this whitetail management hunt out here. This is my first hunt. I didn't hunt this morning, but pretty stoked. Hoping to put a whitetail deer on the ground. Stay tuned. Shot, brother. Good shot.
Arrow is reusable. See right there, 10-118 Sarah I shot my antelope with last year. Just doing a little bow control in South Texas this year. We got ourselves a bullet trail, boys. Follow me.
What I'm talking about.
Texas slickhead on the ground, 2019.
Wow. That was the craziest day of hunting I've had. Those were 2 really nice bucks. I would have shot both of them. That one really wide one was sweet. See, that was fun. And then I just shot my first doe ever with a real bow. Compound bow. Wow.
This segment of Fall Obsessed Outdoors is brought to you by Cinnamon Creek Ranch, the ultimate in archery. So I hunted multiple times with Nick Powell, and we did a lot of flipping back and forth as far as who was hunting, and I had the privilege of being able to video his very first kill with a bow and arrow.
Smoked a turkey. Yes. Oh my god. 22 yards. First animal with a bow. He's probably gonna be laying right over there. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. First turkey of the trip, baby, right here.
Hey guys, just for fall session here. Hey, we're out at our staff hunt in San Angelo. As you're probably going to see in the videos to come, there's a lot of deer being shot here, and we're doing a little doe management. I got my son Lane here today, and it's the last day. We did make it here today, and we're going to try to go down here and see if we can get Lane on a management doe and see if he can't take one. We show up and meet everybody. Some people we've never met face to face, just over the phone, emails, stuff like that. It was a really cool thing. So Lane and I decide that we're just gonna walk down the road, and we get about 30 minutes into the walk and there's a doe. So I get Lane down on the ground. I got the bipod on the gun. Lane's shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor. The doe walks out, and as if you'll see in the video, we have one doe that's up the road, probably about 250 yards away, and Lane's not real comfortable with that, so we're just laying there. Well, at that time, another one comes out from our left out of the bushes, and so Lane, only being 7 years old, he's not real adamant about just moving and getting on the deer. So I just grab him in one hand and just twist him around and get him right on the doe. And I look at him and I tell him, I say, pull the trigger when you get ready. And he shoots and lays her out.
Oh, yeah, that'll do. Good shot.
Good shot. That's what I'm talking about.
So our business manager, Nick Latham, brought his son Dawson with him. We had a few family members, fathers, sons in camp. He was the one guy, this little old kid, the one guy all week that got the blessing to go shoot a mature buck.
That actually wasn't very loud.
So all in all, we had 31 deer killed in just over 3 days out there, and 7 turkeys. So the guys absolutely had a blast. We can't thank the landowners enough for letting us come out there and hunt, and we can't thank Chris Pinnell enough from Infinity Outfitters for being a part of helping get this hunt set up. So for those of you who may not know a lot about us at Fall Obsession, we have over 24 guys across the country that all contribute at a pro or field staff level to our organization. What was really cool about this hunt was to be able to bring all those guys together, really for the first time to ever share a deer camp. And it's always new. You're meeting guys face to face for the first time, and you're trying to figure out their personalities and what kind of hunter they are, really. And to kind of see everybody throughout the course of a few days kind of come together and really build friendships upon friendships that are already there. You know, you feel like you already know these guys, but you don't, because we're an online company. But to see these guys actually come together, the camaraderie between everybody, guys going out there and helping other guys look for their deer, guys going out there and sitting with other guys just so they can video with them and hang out. You know, that's what it's all about. It's not just about going out there and hunting and trying to fill the freezer. That's a big part of why we do this. But the other part of it is brotherhood. The other part of it is stuff like this, is us being able to come together, hunt, and put food on our tables mutually and share a deer camp together when it's all said and done. So to wrap up, I'd like to thank our own guys, our pro and field staffers who made the commitment, made the drive, traveled out there to join us and be a part of that brotherhood and camaraderie. You guys are a huge part of what makes Fall Obsession, and we cannot thank you enough. We hope that there are more opportunities in the future for you guys to get together either with us or with each other and be able to share a camp. But we were super proud to have those of you in camp that were there for the first ever Fall Obsession staff hunt. This episode of Fall Obsessed Outdoors has been brought to you by Elite Archery, Vapple Products, Cinnamon Creek Ranch, CBE Sights, Slick Trick Broadheads, Scott Archery, Catch a Dream Foundation, and by Dual Game Calls.